know what they say. At least my dad always told me, folks, there's no yawning on the dump truck. That's right. Resist the urge to yawn because I know you're thinking about doing it. Or if you're like me, you try and stop a yawn and are forced to contort your face into something that feels very uncomfortable.
Sorry, it's very unprofessional. I'm sorry.
It's
a busy day. We're all tired. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone, this is the voicemail dump truck on this Thursday, September
Sorry.
28th.
Sorry.
2023. Yes, Dan Reichert, are you apologizing for what?
Sorry, I was yawning. I think Discord cut it out. That was sorry. I'm good too. Sorry.
You're the loudest yawner ever.
Yeah, sorry. I feel bad for Bonk. It's the whole thing.
It's fine. Next time I see you yawn, I'm just gonna put a golf ball in your mouth. It's gonna be great.
Sure.
How's everyone doing? Jeff Grubb, are you feeling tired or you're just getting that yawn contagious vibe?
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Yeah, the yawn's just contagious. Speaking of like making loud body noises, I think I've told this story before, but I'll never forget about like sneezing really loud at PAX in the press room and Justin McElroy looking at me, kind of funny, and then hearing him later on a podcast being like, people who sneeze loud are terrible people. I'm like, oh shit, he's definitely talking about me, 100%. I sneeze loud.
Yeah, but don't you have like varying decibel level degrees of sneeze? Like I have like a small, medium, and large. You know,
I tried to. I think when I was younger, I would get a lot of nosebleeds because I'm a fucking nerd, and eventually I think I tried to do. I tried to sneeze by like kind of doing most of the force out of my mouth instead of out of my nose, like and I think that just makes it louder and kind of stupid sounding.
I've never had a nosebleed. Never had a nosebleed in my life.
Oh, I got one for the first time 3 years ago. It was terrifying.
Wait,
really?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Half of you guys have made it through the majority of your life and not had a nosebleed?
No, I haven't.
You know, I don't believe that.
No, I've never had one. Seriously, I haven't. Also, all my sneezes are like super loud. Oh.
Didn't you also say one time that you'd never had a banana?
No, I had it. That's like probably the fruit I've had the most of, I would think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love apples are good too.
Look, I was done.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Apples, bananas, number 1 and 2, I would say.
What's funny is,
all right.
this is really good for our audio listeners right now.
Ask me more interesting questions. What are you talking about?
Dan's telling me
we're just in our backgrounds.
What?
It happens.
Yeah.
Dan's telling me, he's like, I have no time to do anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's 2 of you.
Well, I know, but it's a big workload. Get the
Well, he's not employed.
Okay. All right. That's Chris. That's
what he's working on, folks.
Yeah,
That's Chris. That's Chris.
Move on. It's fine.
All right, look, you can always watch the show on YouTube
Everybody
or
loves
Twitch
Chris.
after the fact.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you want to do that.
My cute kids are running around in the background. That's just what that was. Basically the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, that was your opportunity to name your doppelganger Jeremiah. I'm not going to lie.
Who's that?
Okay, moving along. Listen, I just got back from getting my flu and COVID shot. And
is it the new COVID shot? Did you get the new one?
Oh,
I got the upgrade. They were
it's like the
selling
64 DD of COVID shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were
Glad it's
selling
coming out in America this time.
Yes.
They were selling me hard on it. I'm a sucker for an upgrade, so I opted for it. And I lift my arm up, and the administrator there is just like, whoa, because I got like a hairy upper arm up here, and he's like, no Band-Aid for you, I guess. And I'm like, okay. Thank you for being aware of my hairy arm and how much it's going to hurt when you take the Band-Aid off. I appreciate that. Stabs me once, I'm doing okay. Stabs me twice, and like literally blood's like squirting out of my arm.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yeah.
He's like, I'm going to need to actually put a Band-Aid on you because you're a leaker. And and I was also like, I'd never seen that happen when I've gotten the shot.
No, it's supposed to go into the syringe, I believe. But that's when they're taking blood. When you're just getting the shot going in you.
Oh, this was an exit only vaccine situation.
Oh.
Like, so I don't know why that happened. My arm's killing me, as it does when you get a vaccine. But
when did you get it?
this morning.
So
Oh, yeah.
okay, so I wonder if the new one report back because I'll probably get one, and I wonder if I need to like plan ahead for the next day or anything.
This is my first Pfizer one. I've been a Moderna boy since.
Oh, you were a Moderna mommy.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm a
during the
Moderna-
pandemic, you were privately strongly anti-vax.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
look,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
certain things we don't talk
Oh, you
about.
should-
Yeah.
the Slack conversations were wild.
Very
a lot of YouTube
charged.
links, a lot of podcasts. He was
Look,
listening
mistakes
to.
were made.
Grubb
Yeah.
came to us like, hey, will you guys do this PSA for us? And you said
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
Look, mistakes were made, promises broken, promises kept, and also we don't talk about that in a public setting here. I thought we all agreed
Look
on
at the
that.
growth.
We gotta-
Look at the growth.
You know,
No, we wouldn't be able to do vaccine PSAs if I was still doing podcasts at WWE. So, yes,
And
yes.
not because of the corporate, because maybe no one would want to do it.
Yeah.
A single person.
I'm sure there's an AI. I'm sure there's an AI that could do that for us. if we had to.
Probably, yeah.
Shit. Yeah. So I was definitely a Moderna crystal mommy for sure, and I got all 4. So the first 2, the first booster, the second booster. I guess this is my third. This is my third booster, and I go to the guy. I'm like, "Hey, yo, we just still doing cards?" He's like, "Throw that shit out." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense because nobody gives a shit about that anymore."
Yeah.
At
Do
least
any
in this-
countries have
At
like
least in this country, I don't know. I mean, we're the most irresponsible, so like, I can't say
But
that.
we've earned that by winning all the wars. We're allowed to be irresponsible.
That's true.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple we didn't win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's-
it's good. We don't talk.
jury's
We don't
still out.
undefeated. Undefeated. Yeah.
Jury's still out on some of
Those,
those.
those ones just aren't over yet. We'll get back.
Yeah,
in
I
round
think
3
I think
or
a
4.
few of them might even fall into the no contest tie column or something
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
that.
they don't count. They don't count.
DNF did not finish.
Yeah, did not finish.
Yeah, but all 4 Modernas and now a Pfizer. We'll see, folks. Stacy had one earlier in the week and she's fine. So, but
Yeah,
she
I
also
think I
didn't have a
switched-
reaction to anything. I was fucking destroyed every shot I got.
Yeah,
destroyed.
same.
Did you just like go to like a drugstore or something?
Went to
Go
a
your doctor?
CVS.
CVS.
You know,
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
I'm doing it then. I'll make
like
it
I
happen.
said, I wouldn't do this unless it was mandated. And whatever.
You already got the 5G in you. You might as well just.
Yeah,
Might as well
yeah.
get microscopic Bill Gates up in my shit.
Those little bills just running around inside me. Don't
Yeah,
tickle in my
yeah.
veins.
Hacking your brain.
Yeah.
Intel inside. I know what you really mean. Shit. 5G doesn't even work. So put as much of it as you want in me. That shit is ineffective. What's going on with you guys?
I think I have a 5G phone for sure, but I think I don't have a T-Mobile plan that lets me actually use their real 5G, and I'm like, I'm good.
Dude, 5G is the
think I have
most disappointing disaster of a fucking
Well, come on, you're being
marketing
unfair.
scheme.
How are we to expect radio signals to go through like paper mache or a really thin door? Like that's completely unfair.
Everyone knows why cellular signals should and will be affected by wind.
Just a slight breeze, yeah.
It's so fucked.
Walking
I'm
10
surprised there's
feet,
not bays on raccoons and shit. What's that?
Walking 10 feet also affects 5G, up or down, left, right.
Uh-huh. That's right. What's his name from Stadia said 5G was going to be the thing that was going to do the negative latency or whatever.
Negative latency?
Is that
What does that
Harrison?
even mean?
Yeah, Phil Harrison. Yes,
That was Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that imply like input before you input? Like, what is that?
It does imply that.
You got to get a
Yes, it
Neuralink,
does.
and then it'll know. Like
We've
he's
got
about to
predictive-
jump. There's a Goomba.
Predictive latency. Fucking kidding me.
I did a thing, gents. I meant
What's
to
up?
talk about this on the Bombcast, but I forgot. I birded up.
Oh shit.
I birded all the way up.
Yo,
Wait, why
let's
you
go-
multiple?
Whoa,
I
you
birded
did
all the way
expansion
up.
hack!
Yeah,
Oh my
it was.
god.
It's
talking
only
about
right that I
wingspan.
got it. Like, also these boxes are heavy as shit.
Yeah.
You know why?
yeah.
Because there's so much shit in this. There's like
I watched
100
some
plus
French people
bird.
play this. Yeah, looks like there's so many goddamn birds.
So many birds.
There's like eggs and stuff too, right?
Hella eggs.
Would I like? Should I get this?
Dan, I think you and Bonk would have a fantastic time with it.
How about this? I'll convince Ben Hansen to buy it, and then we will go play it at his house.
Oh, there you
that?
go. Because then you take
okay.
care of the problem of not having to store board games.
There we go. Yes.
Yes.
Well, no, you store them. You store them at Ben's house. That's it.
Yes. Oh,
That's-
sure,
and they
sure,
can buy
sure.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Ben Hansen, buy this, please. You'd enjoy it.
Jan, we're once again, folks, talking about Wingspan.
Wingspan.
No sponsor, no hashtag ad.
no.
But
If they
It's
want
on
to,
Steam.
though.
We should play it.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Please.
I think
Let's
we
bird
already did
up.
all the hard work, boys. That's the thing we gotta.
No, there's 2 more
It might
expansions
suck.
I don't have.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you played it yet?
Yes.
You
My-
played a game to completion?
Yes. My partner, God bless her heart, first official year teaching high school. High school kids, our high school kids, we were all one at one point. Not the salt of the earth, the opposite of the pepper of the earth. And she comes home very exhausted. You know, she wakes up, got to go get to school around 8, make sure she plans her lessons for the rest of the week, takes some meetings, gets home around like 6. She looks absolutely exhausted. And then every single day this week, she just looks at me and just goes, Wingspan.
Really? Wait, and you were saying specifically it is good for 2 people?
Yeah, totally.
All right, I'm just buying it now. I want one at the house, so I'll buy it. Do you want to just get the base one?
This one specifically is made for
Yeah,
2
just get the
people
base one.
only, but just get the base one so you can wind up playing with like up to 4 people. 4 or 5 people.
Okay.
Wait, so the Asia one is its own game or it's an expansion?
So you can use this as the Asia one. You can use it has 2 modes. You can add it to the existing Wingspan and expand it to 6 players, or there's the specific 2-player mode within the Asia expansion and has more birds.
Wow.
Hella birds.
Okay. 50. Well, we're talking about it on content. I can expense that. So, okay. Yeah,
Wait, what? Did I do that
I'm buying
retroactively?
it.
It also
It's 50
came.
bucks?
It also came with like a coupon code for the Steam version, if that floats your boat.
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
did?
we-
I
we
didn't
should
even
try
open
that.
mine yet.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
what other board games would be good with an Asia expansion? I think Guess Who would be pretty good. Like, hey, the Asia expansion for Guess Who.
What's the angle
joke?
here?
What's the joke here?
We're
And
all
can I
curious
laugh?
what the anger or the angle
I
is.
think it's just like, what does it imply? I don't know. Like the idea like there's an Asia expansion for Wingspan, I guess makes sense. Birds from Asia. Like, are there any other board games where that would be fun?
Sorry.
Monopoly.
Sorry. There we go. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for yes anding. That's what
You're welcome.
really makes this
Monopoly.
site work. I really appreciate
Monopoly
it.
and Shoots and Ladders. The ultimate Asian expansion.
Yes. Chinese checkers, as Dark Aileron is saying.
That's right. That's the original Asian expansion. Yes.
Man, well, I guess Chinese checkers came before American checkers, right?
I don't know.
I don't think Chinese checkers is even from China. Honestly, I don't.
yeah.
think so.
I think
We're
it's a
just standing-
burrito.
We're
I
just
think
stepping
it-
on rakes left and right, aren't
No,
we?
you
here,
know
folks?
what?
No, I don't think that one's problematic, Bakalar. I think I'm good on that one.
I think it's like a burrito situation where it doesn't really come from Mexico. It's just like a product inspired by Mexico.
Oh, that's neat.
Hey, Bakalar.
Yes.
For shoot, can I expense this?
No.
Damn it.
No, because
I'll
I
pay
didn't.
your
for it.
shot.
I'll
Shoot
pay
your
for
shot.
it. Damn it. All right. I'll
Yeah,
do
no,
it.
because
Do
I
get
didn't,
jumped?
and neither did Jan.
I
Jesus
know, but I
Christ.
asked the questions, and
That's true.
yes, that's a no, but it didn't hurt to
It
ask.
was a noble effort.
Yes,
You know,
thank
I've been
Thank
standing a lot at work. Can I expense these shoes?
you. I wear shirts like every day.
He does. He does.
And then I have to feel guilty.
What? No,
You
I
know.
bought it with my own money. I like a big boy. I got it.
Poor Vincent Carafella. Poor Vincenzo. All right, listen. What else is happening? I guess we could do voicemails, but I just want to talk
yeah.
for a little bit too. What else?
Hey, boring tech thing real quick. Is
Let's do
there
it.
really not like, cause I got so much shit hooked up and I'm still trying to kind of like get everything optimized in my studio. I've been running everything through a switcher because that makes things a million times easier than unplugging and replugging like I've been doing for 2 months.
Like a matrix switcher kind
Yeah,
of
I
thing?
got one of those, and I specifically bought one that just got here, and it says like, oh, it can do 4K 120. You know, as long as every step of the chain is 4K 120.
Yeah.
And so I got HDMI 2.0, 2.1 2.1 cables. I got the switcher. I got an LG C2 OLED. I got the computer. Everything except for the chain should be fine. And then I think I found out that my Elgato capture card, it's like, sorry, we can't do 2.1. Is that a thing that is not like I've had this capture card for a few
There's
years?
a 2.1 capture card that just got released on the market.
By who?
I can't remember. I'd have to I can look it up for you. But it's
okay. So
wait, isn't the AverMedia one that you recommended
I looked it up.
to me?
That did look like there was one coming out soon.
Yeah,
but
AverMedia's got a 2.0 that does 4K 120, or maybe it's 4K or 120, but it doesn't have a 2.1. It's not 2.1.
So I guess the other question is 120 is 60 to 120 that important or noticeable?
I don't think from a capturing point of
No,
view.
if I'm playing, I'm playing a game,
it is still noticeable, kinda. It is not nearly as noticeable as 30 to 60.
Okay.
And I mean, I think maybe look at it, see if it's important. If you're playing like competitive games, I think the higher the frame rate, the better. Honestly, you get 300 frames per second. Go for it.
I'm just thinking stuff like Spider-Man and stuff, like games that are very visually cool.
But it's all about what the system you're using can output anyway. Also,
well, it's PS5, it's Series X.
Yeah, but all these things can do 120 as long as it's supported. I mean, for me, if you can get it, I think you can with the 2.0, you could do 1440 and 120. And I don't notice the difference between 1440 and 4K when I'm watching on my TV from 8 feet away. But that's me. That's what I go for.
All right. I'll try that.
I think you're probably fine for a little while.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to check on that. So, all right. Boring tech talk, but
all right. Yeah, sure.
Curious.
I didn't think we'd be doing tech support, but
it's been on my mind. Setting up my deal.
I like it.
Spend 3 hours on the phone with Dan working out his mocha situation. Might as well do it on podcasts as well.
Sorry, I'm not even using those anymore.
Oh, what are you doing? What's happening?
What the fuck, man?
Because everything went to shit this weekend, and my internet was crashing, and all these Xfinity guys came out and everything, and they ran it. They just ran a direct cable down or something, and so now it's just direct and they had never even heard of Mocha, but I've got them in case I need to bring them into another room or something like that.
Okay,
so I'm hanging on to them.
You just got a Cat 6 port or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
is that crazy to anybody else that a cable technician has never heard of Mocha? That just seems insane.
That's definitely crazy. Yes.
Isn't that fucking insane? What kind of universe do you occupy where this is your trade, and I don't know. I don't know.
It's like if I've never heard of 4K.
Yeah. I just don't. That just seems insane to me. I don't know. I guess I should think twice, because I one time went to a Hyundai dealer to service my electric vehicle, and they're like, we've no experience with the car that you've brought in. You have to go to a different dealership. And I'm like, wait, you guys make this car. What am I doing here? What do you mean? They're like, no, that's in South Korea. It gets shipped over. Yeah, that was baffling too. So I guess anything's possible. My gosh, what a world. Listen, it's time for some voicemails, folks. 707 Exit Flu is our telephone number where you can leave a voicemail. Speaking of upgrades and how I got upsold on the COVID vaccine booster, we've upgraded.
I like how he's leaning into the bit.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's fun. It's fun as hell. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's good. Yeah.
I like it. It's natural. I don't know why it feels so natural.
Out of office reply on January 6th, by the way. I've been meaning to ask you that as well.
That was on the PTO calendar for a while.
It was clear as day, Jeff. It said out of office, protecting America. I'm sorry, protecting democracy. Sorry. There we go. I mean, come on.
Yeah, get it right.
Come on.
Oh, boy.
Whatever. I wore a mask. No one saw me. Listen.
Oh, you wore a mask at least.
Well, he was the face paint guy with the horns and the spear.
The only one. It was the only one. It's the perfect crime. Listen. The upgrade that's gone into the voicemail is what, Jan Ochoa?
I learned that you can turn on Do Not Disturb, so it goes straight to voicemail now.
Yay.
No need to wait for a bunch of rings, because it's, in fact, too many. And I think because this has been announced, we've had a deluge, a flood of voicemails now, because it's so much easier to call in to 707 Exit Flu. Also, I love technology. I love Google when they wind up resetting some settings, because I was getting an obscene amount of phone calls that I thought were all spam. Turns out it turned back on the call routing to my phone number.
Look,
so
folks,
for a hot second,
knows
if you were calling the dump truck, you were just calling me.
Oh wow, jeez.
Well, that is pretty fucked up. I know we talked a little bit about tech. I just want to slide this in here at the end here.
I want to see if you're going to talk about what I want to talk about. Go back, Clark.
I think it's going to make Grubb happy.
Yeah, I think
juggling.
It is.
Yo, my fucking wife hates her iPhone. She's like,
oh, really?
This thing sucks. She's like, this is dumb. It's a phone for stupid idiot babies.
It's hard to change at this point. It shoots log.
Honestly,
cool.
she's a TV producer and could not give less of a shit about that feature. Okay.
Yeah.
She thinks it sucks. She thinks it's slow. It's stupid. And there's really, quite honestly, nothing she likes about it. And I now use this app called Beeper, where I can use iMessage on my Android.
Oh, really? Does that work?
Yeah. I'll actually. Now that I'm saying, I'll invite you to the beta preview I have here.
I'm sick of being treated like a second class citizen. I mean, I am, but
all you gotta. Beeper is dope. All you gotta do is like basically tell all your iPhone idiot friends to iMessage you with your phone, with your email address instead of your phone number.
Cool.
And yeah, it's like, and even with that, she's like, this is not good. She's like, I'm actively upset. I wish I waited for the Pixel 8. And honestly, she's seesawing right now, where she might just actually return it.
My Pixel, speaking of the spam phone calls, I have the thing set up to like robots basically answer every single one of my calls. Every call. Every call
Unless
goes to a
it's a
robot.
contact.
And
Unless
it's like, hey, I'm a robot. You're calling this phone, but like, what do you have to say? And almost 98% of them just hang up because they're actually just they're shitheads.
Wait.
And then the one person who wants to talk to me like, oh yeah, is Jeff there? And then I see the message, I see what they're saying, and then I can answer it.
That's an Android thing?
It's a
certainly
Pixel
is.
thing. It's a Pixel.
Pixel thing specifically.
Yeah. I mean, look, just like everything else, Dan's reaction says it all. Most of these people are like, "Oh wait, you can what? That's a thing that happens."
It
sounds kind of nice.
Showing fire to a caveman.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can cut and paste.
Does it shoot
you
log,
can
though?
take text. Yes, no, it shoots Cinetone, baby.
Okay, let's be clear. Video quality on the Pixel is not very good.
No, but you know what? I think it takes better photos.
Oh, it definitely does, without a doubt. Like we were at PAX, and I was taking all the pictures, and every time like like Lucy, Jan, and Tam would be looking over my shoulder like, those are pretty good pictures. Those are pretty good.
The software is better.
True.
It's probably not the hardware. It's just the software. They just have a better, processing, post-processing on all the photos.
Look, a good tech podcast we got going.
I know.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing that one day. We should get into that one day. But now I feel like we've overshot the runway with the amount of time we should have done voicemails. So let's just put a pin in this one, and we'll get back to it. We'll circle back around, folks. In the meantime, while we're not doing anything, we might as well listen to a couple voicemails.
What the hell?
Yeah, sure.
Right? What
I
do you
consider
say?
this our third meeting of the week. Actually.
Exactly. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Lord knows we need it. All right. Let's start things off with you, Jeff Grubb.
Yeah, you know what I need? I need long live that jizz.
I just knew it. I knew it.
It's been a minute.
Listen, I'm a Star Wars fan.
Hey, Dumpers, this is Brian from Michigan. I just read an article that in the Star Wars Expanded Universe, they are trying to change the name of the band from Jabba's Palace, the type of music that they play. It used to be called Jizz, and now they're trying to call it Jatz, J-A-T-Z. This is the worst retcon in the history of retcons. So my question to you is there a worse retcon? Long live Jizz. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Long live Jizz. The music.
Who's the person who's just like entering their jizz article into a CMS somewhere, being like, "Yo, okay, here's what's happening."
Jan was just chanting "Long live Jizz," and I was trying to picture that from a wrestling crowd. And then I remembered last night I watched a wrestling program where a pubic hair chant started. So
Anything's possible. Get enough people chanting. Have a good rhythm to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember this being a thing.
Which part?
The jizz thing.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
jizz is very much a thing.
But it's, let it live. Like I don't.
It's established.
Yeah.
I think the good news here is that what's really happening here is that there is still jizz. The jizz exists still, even post jats, and jats is another genre like bebop versus jazz. So it's like they both coexist. And jizz is your jizz is safe, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
The jizz plays is what we're saying.
The jizz plays, man.
Thank God.
Maybe the jizz plays.
Worst retcon ever, though. That's a tough one.
Is it a retcon when it's something like the Solo thing, where it's like that's how he got his name? Was like,
Kinda.
oh, you're
That's the
riding
worst
Solo.
one. That's the worst one.
Yeah.
I get viscerally angry. You made me angry just reminding me about it. That's the worst fucking thing that's ever happened to me.
But is it a retcon? Because I feel like, would it only be a retcon if it had been established in the older movies that he got his name in a different way? Or this is like over-explaining something that didn't need to be explained?
Yeah,
like,
it's a suspiciously convenient way to like close a loop, right?
Oh, Anakin built C-3PO.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Why?
I don't
Yeah,
mind
a lot of
that.
that stuff's stupid.
Yeah.
But no, the solo name thing is because it's like it completely changes your perception of the character.
Okay,
we're like, this is a guy that can like do like he's out on his own, and it's like, well, no, he can't even pick his own name. Someone had to do that for him.
Some idiot at a train
idiot.
stop. Yeah, that was very stupid. Yeah.
If someone like you're at the desk for American Airlines and they're like, hey, I'm gonna pick your name for you. Like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, your name
about?
is now seat 36E.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Jeff, does it make you more upset about that or the fact that the Millennium Falcon used to be a robot that really wanted to bang?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Wait, the Millennium Falcon used to be a droid?
The Millennium Falcon, I think, still is a droid. Like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Lando. So listen, I like the retcon where like Lando will fuck anything. That's cool. That's a cool thing to do.
That fits, yeah.
I was actually watching Rebels and Lando showed up and they like the only direction they gave the animators is he's definitely a guy that would fuck anything. Like that's how
like
he,
I mean, that's his whole character.
Pepe Le Pew in the show?
basically.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have him like they stop him just short of doing the super problematic thing, but he is like moving around like he's about to do the problematic thing.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, I really hate that the fact that robot that tried to start a revolution to keep droids free is now stuck inside of a Millennium Falcon and just kind of is a tool for Han Solo going forward. That fucking sucks.
I don't understand a word you just said.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're better off.
Okay.
You were so much better
Also,
off.
Also, why are all these retcon examples only carved out of Star Wars?
Because they made very high-profile prequels.
Yes.
You know what I gotta say? I was, when we surprised Dib about going to Disney, he had like almost no frame of Star Wars reference. So like right then and there, we just turned on Star Wars on Disney Plus. I know this was a controversy many years ago. I cannot believe some of the bullshit that they've kept in where they tried to like add in CG.
Oh, the special edition? Yeah.
That scene where Han Solo's walking around Jabba the Hut and
that used to look worse.
He's standing looking like shit. Yeah.
Yep. It used to be way worse even than what it is.
Yeah.
And it's terrible still.
It genuinely looks like Windbag is just like dragging him around the fucking screen. Like I cannot believe that shit.
It's the part where he steps on his tail and his face like,
yes,
like that's
what
the part. Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yes. In '97 in the theaters, that version is rough.
Yes, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get the original '70s films? Like, are they intact somewhere?
No.
No. If you want to go break into Lucas Films art or their vault or whatever,
I don't know what it is why that impacts me more than obviously the most like hardened Star Wars fan. Obviously, I could not give less of a shit about that franchise, but like, how do you people live with that? How do people accept that?
You just keep moving on. Yeah.
It's like something like, okay, it's like, how much I love Terminator. I would hate it if they put out a 4K of Terminator where it's like, even though the stop motion at the end of the first one is so janky, it's like, that's part of it. Leave it. That whole movie has especially the first one, it's like a no CG, a lot of practical effects. Some of it looks like shit, like when Arnold's taking his eye out or whatever, but like, just keep it. That's the way that movie is. I wouldn't want them to change it.
Yeah.
Truly remarkable to me.
This is only going to apply to me, but I've never understood in Naruto, specifically in part 1, he's treated as an outcast. Everyone fucking hates this child.
Yes.
And he's kind of annoying, so I understand that. But then it gets revealed like, oh, your dad used to be like the shinobi president here. We loved him. And then he put he sacrificed himself and your mom, and he put the demon inside you. Instead of taking care of you, we're still gonna fucking shit on you, even though your dad was really cool and his face is on this mountain. Fuck you, kid.
Well, they had Nepo babies, and I gotta respect that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There's probably a lot in wrestling, right?
Yeah, but like all of wrestling's a retcon.
All of wrestling was like written that
I know,
night that
like
it aired.
they keep trying to say that Marty Jannetty got thrown into the barbershop window when he threw himself into the window.
Right? Yeah. He was a coward and he was running away. Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
God.
Yeah.
I did watch a YouTube video came up of like the 10th season of Dallas, and the lady wakes up and she finds out the entire last season was a dream. And I'm like, is that the last time that anything got away with that? Like,
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
That one actually works well. You're right.
Yeah,
like that
that's
one.
a huge
cool.
gut punch. Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's fun.
I feel like I've come across so many examples of like outrageously egregious retcons. I mean, I guess maybe aside from like, the American version of world history.
Right, sure. Our history books
that's just history now, Bakalar. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Keep writing the books. That's how it works, buddy.
That's it. God damn. I don't know. All right. If you think of one, tell us, because I'd love to dig back into this category. That'd be fun. All right.
Okay, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
Grubb. Is the midichlorian thing, is that a retcon?
Yeah, that's a retcon.
It is?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's not mentioned until Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mentioned until Phantom Menace.
Oh, wait, you're saying that
it redefines your understanding of something that was kind of pretty well accepted before that, and it does so in a way that's like over explains. I think that qualifies as retcon. If someone wants to come at me and be like, "There's other definitions of retcon," knock yourself out. I'm not going to read it. But midichlorians are I would say retcons. Jeff Bakalar from Giant Bomb, go.
Well, yeah, hi. I'll say my question and hang up. I think what I'm concerned about with that, and tell me if I have it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Was this just an explanation to explain what the Force actually is?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was George Lucas trying to give kids something to be like, because kids like to have these little systems they can play with, and I think he thought that would be nice for them to have.
Or is he just like anti-faith, which I could get on board with as well?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's.
He's anti-government for sure.
Oh, George Lucas appears to be a socialist whenever I've heard him speak. So.
Pretty rich socialist. But
wait, was that? Hang on,
you could be rich to be a socialist. That's
hang on. Did we just get half a second of Jan doing a George Lucas yawning impression?
Was that?
Yeah, can we get a little more of that? That wasn't enough for me.
That's all I have. It's just like,
can we just get that again?
Oh, Darren.
Oh. All right. He said my name. Wow.
He kind of does. He kind of does. Like he's always surprised that he's speaking. That's kind of like his thing.
Jan, can you say Jar Jar is the key to all of this?
Jar Jar is really the key to all of this.
Got a pretty good one. Yeah,
I'm loving it. Dude.
He's the funniest character we've ever had. Fine.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I grew up with that trilogy, so my opinion is colored a certain way.
All right. Very good. This was fun. Again, give us your best retcons. We'll rediscuss everything. Dan Reichert, you're up.
Wipe up all the cheese.
Hey, Dumpers. I just heard the message about the guy who apparently was picking up all the cheesy papers and putting them together. And it reminded me of a story when I was in junior high. One of my best friends would, every single day, he would buy one of those pretzels with cheese that you could get from the cafeteria.
Sure.
And after finishing his pretzel, he would take the napkin and wipe up all the cheese that was left over in the little cup they give you. And he would then proceed to eat that napkin.
Yeah.
So anyway, my question is, what's the weirdest technically edible thing that you guys have eaten? Thanks. Love you.
What the fuck?
I didn't realize
it's not technically edible. Yeah,
I mean, it's technically edible.
No, it's not.
If you eat it, isn't it edible? Like, if you can physically eat it and it passes through your body, doesn't that make it edible?
I don't think so, because that napkin did not break down. It just came back out a napkin.
Yeah, but neither does the corn from my burrito. So
no, but some of that gets,
sure.
Digested and used as nutrition, right?
You're right. It's not in the spirit of what we mean when we say edible. Definitely.
The napkin is basically what happens when a penny goes through the whole thing, too.
Right.
And we're not about to sit here and say pennies are edible, right?
I am. Dan, please go ahead. No, you.
In like 4th or 5th grade, or maybe younger, maybe it's better for me if it's younger. I heard that
last week.
Yeah, I think I heard that flowers were edible, or at least some flowers. Like, oh, the petal of this flower is edible. And I remember I went to my grandma's one day, and she had like kind of a garden area out back, and I just was like walking around back, just like eating flowers. And she was like, "What? Whoa! What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I heard that they're like edible. You can eat these things." Not like no wheat spray. Like there's chemicals on those and stuff. You can't just go around.
But there's chemicals on all your food too. Dan, it's not. That one's not too bad.
It's not too bad. I think deer love fucking flowers, and you're an impressionable young boy. You know,
that stuff.
Is this weird? I was speaking of my grandma's, and so they had the woods in the backyard, and they had a big salt lick, and I've never licked it. That was for the deer. But
cool clarification. Cool.
To this day, I haven't thought of a salt lick in a while. And now they're like, I always did like the idea, and I think I still do, of like, if I just had one here, like on my desk, like on a stand, so it's not just a cube. It's not just going to be a cube on the desk. It's going to be like on a stand, like a little podium thing, like a lamp, but then on top, instead of a lamp, it's a just a big, like bigger than my head cube of salt. That every once in a while, just throughout the day, it's like, I don't have a lot of time between this recording and this meeting. I'll just get some of this in there.
Get some of what in there?
Take a couple salt licks.
Simplify what you just said.
I want to have a salt lick on my desk so I can lick salt when I want to. I'm looking on Amazon right now. I'll buy Wingspan and a salt lick for myself.
Okay,
dude, I love that though. I think that's so good. I think that's just like the most wholesome.
living his life.
It's just like the most wholesome dumbass thing ever, and I fucking love it for him.
There's Himalayan nature animal licking pink salt rock lick deer, 8-pound elk. Okay, well, it doesn't say not for humans.
What's so dumb about this also is like, just have popcorn next to you. Like, what are you doing?
That's empty calories. That's empty calories.
But like, salt is stupid.
Salt's not calories.
No, but it's salt. Like, it's just pure salt.
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
I'll tell you what, Dan, if like Gwyneth Paltrow put like a pink Himalayan salt block on Goop, she would sell that shit for $700, and a bunch of white women would absolutely buy that. And do that. So
I'm buying a salt lick right now.
Dan,
wouldn't it get moldy and weird at some point?
Just wipe it off.
Yeah, I guess you just got. See if they have like something to like shave it too to keep it, clean.
I'm trying to decide because look, I'm going to be realistic here. I'm probably going to lick it a few times and then I'm going to put it outside the window in the hopes that deer will come up. So do I want? There's one that's just like a straight up looks like a big brick, like a big Pez, and then there's one that looks more like a rock you would see in nature. They're both 8 pounds. They're both roughly the same price.
Do the rock.
This is on Amazon. This is on Amazon.
Yeah.
Can you send me the link? I want to see what we're looking at here.
Yeah. I'll put it in the chat. 1 second.
Dan, people are
that has a rope connected to it.
People are really into crystals right now. Salt is just crystals, so this makes sense.
But I don't think there's anything mystical. I just want to eat salt.
No. Yeah. You're a different type of crystal person.
This is an 8-pound block of salt, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to get my licks in, and then I'll give it to the deer.
What are you going to do? Like lift 8 pounds and put your tongue to it? What's going to happen?
Tune into the dump truck next week.
Okay, I'm very excited
about
that.
And no, you can't expense this.
Oh, what if I do it on camera, though?
8 pounds. You're gonna have a bowling ball.
How much of this are you intending to lick? You said you're gonna give it to the deer.
We'll see how good it is.
Okay, so you're just gonna do a couple of licks.
We'll see. I'll try it on. I'll try it on the dump truck.
It looks like very dirty.
It kind of does.
Well, you gotta wash it off. It's
like sugar cube equivalents for salt. Are there like salt cubes that you could like just? Because like sugar cubes, I would eat as a kid.
Oh, I love doing that. Even though that's incredibly demented. Like,
of course, yes.
Hey, the brick looks less dirty, and it's got 4.4 average reviews instead of 4.1. Like, I don't want to like shortchange the deer or myself, so I'm gonna get.
Listen, you and the deer deserve the best, Dan.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm getting the brick. I'm buying a salt lick right now.
This is 11 pounds.
No. This is a different one. 8.8 is the one I'm looking at.
Alternatively, just keep a bottle of soy sauce by your desk and just like
chug it.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Just dab some on the back of your hand.
Man, soy sauce and tuna.
The funniest thing he's gonna take on the back. It says is clear as day for animal use only.
Doesn't say you'll die.
That's why the things have to say you'll die,
and that's good enough for me. Folks, the little like fine print on a car commercial where it says "Stunt driver, do not attempt." That shit's for Dan Reichert. It's not for you.
I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna eat the salt lick until I'm at the brink of death, and then I'm gonna sue the Salt Lick Corporation for everything they're worth. That's how I get rich. Yes.
And when this gets played in court, I think you guys should just give the money to Dan. He's gonna win anyhow. Just trust me.
It'll be here tomorrow. I ordered it. It's here tomorrow.
How many calories do you think are in each salt lick?
What, a single lick?
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that salt doesn't have any calories.
Really?
Yeah, that's my
definitely worse for you than like having caloric.
But I don't think it's because of the caloric value. I'm just gonna Google it. Does salt have calories?
I mean, I'm sure in this context, if like I'd have to take a bite out of this brick, that would probably there's enough matter there.
Salt is calorie free.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
There you go, Dan. There's your new diet.
It's
There
basically
you go.
like water.
Green lights are all I see. Let's do
You know
it.
what? You should mix the salt with your water and take it that way. That's
Okay.
probably
Oh, that
a good
seems smart. That seems like the way to do it.
oh, just go to the ocean.
Yeah.
Do it that way. It's
idea.
free.
Dan,
Exactly.
Dan, you look great. What's been going on? I'm on a salt diet.
Exclusively.
Oh boy.
How's that work? I got a big old brick lick in my office, and I just kneel down and give it a little taste 7 times a minute. It's awesome.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
I'm very excited.
All right, this is
Don't lick it until we're back together.
Yeah.
I want to be there for the first.
Send a
lick.
picture though
Okay.
first.
I mean, am my shoot going to be okay if I lick this?
we don't know, Dan, and that's part of the fun.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes, but I want to make it clear I'm playing a character on Giant Bomb right now. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
This is all-
fictional when I say yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, okay.
Don't know how to juggle. I don't get it.
Oh fuck! All right, we must move on. Jan Ochoa, please choose a voicemail.
Root beer.
Howdy. When's the last time you saw an advertisement for root beer? Cola has advertisements. Lemon lime drinks like Sprite have advertisements. Citrus drinks like Mountain Dew have advertisements. Fruit drinks like Fanta have advertisements.
Here we
But
go.
root beer
Yeah,
and cream
yeah.
soda don't have advertisements. What's
I feel
another
like-
daily product that you interact with that doesn't have advertisements?
I don't know if it's a daily product, but
Barks Has Bite is the last.
Yeah, Park
time I
has
remember.
bite.
yeah, and
then I
A&W. I feel like I see A&W
I don't see that.
things somewhere.
Occasionally, but for the restaurant, not the
In
actual root
Canada,
beer.
yeah, in Canada, right? This A&W is a big deal in Canada.
It looks like
it was in Michigan for a while. We had a bunch of A&W.
There's
That's
one
close
in
enough.
fair.
Petaluma.
I'm looking.
I feel like
I'm
I've
looking
seen
for
billboard
commercials.
ads occasionally. Maybe you know what? Root beer's the kind of thing you advertise in a magazine, and print media's dead. So
Elvira used to be in mug root beer commercials.
Oh,
Stewart's. Do you guys know Stewart's? Or is that an East
Yeah,
Coast
yeah.
thing?
No. I see with the stripes.
Yeah, Stewart's.
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
That's I see that. I think like maybe Jones Soda has a root beer version that I've seen like in places.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
The root beer and cream soda feel like a commodity, the kind of thing where it's like the margins on it are very low. So any
Right.
advertising you do is probably going to eat into that pretty significantly.
Right, because if you know, like all the root beer people, they know who they
know
are.
who they
already.
are.
Yeah,
I'm a
no
root
one's
beer
getting
person.
newly exposed to root beer and is like, "What's this? This is
Right.
life changing." Right?
I'll tell you, if you can find it, speaking of cream soda, if you can find it, one of the best sodas out there right now, especially diet or zero colas, is Dr. Pepper Strawberries and Cream. It is awesome. It's really, really good. Normally, I'm just like drinking soda out of habit, but like that's one where I'm like, oh my God, this is like really, really good. So keep an eye out for that.
Martinelli's
Interesting.
apple juice is something I've never seen an advertisement for in my
Yeah.
life,
Yeah,
but I eat that shit up every year.
I think that's the better question. Thank you, caller. But I also think the better question is like, what's a product you use all the time that is never advertised?
Yeah,
Salt licks.
Cables.
And for me,
my toaster.
it's Aquaphor.
oh, because that's like root beer. You know you need it is why.
No, I need it, baby.
You know you
I
need
bought-
it, and you need the good stuff. So that's why you get Aquaphor.
I bought what I thought was a small tub of Aquaphor, but turned out to be like a fucking 16-ounce vial of it. And it's so huge it can't fit anywhere. I just have to have a huge tub of Aquaphor on my.
Lather up, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's too much. I needed it for Disney, though, for sure.
I think I found like a little bit of a grassroots advertisement for root beer at rootbeerkegs.com. And their mission statement here is putting a keg of root beer in every home in America. And I
Amen.
think that is admirable. I would.
Mm.
Have you guys ever had a draft root beer?
Out of the
At-
can.
at a
Yeah, I've had
place,
that.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It's so delicious. It's really
Yeah.
good. So yeah, I'm like, oh man, what if I just had a keg of root beer in my home? That could be very good.
Well, yeah, couldn't you just do like a kegerator situation? You could swap out
Yeah.
root beer, or if you're having people over, you could switch it to beer or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Did
I
that
have
with
a
coffee
question.
once.
Okay.
I have a question about soda in general. If we're
okay.
while we're on that topic, I don't drink soda. I drink flavored seltzer. I only drink Spindrift, but I drink flavored seltzer. Right?
My wife said that that's the bougie one, Spindrift.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I
That's
can
why
live
we
with
don't
that.
have it in our home, but you guys
can
all
live
do.
with it.
Hmm.
I'm okay
I'll
with
buy
that.
you a case of Spindrift, Grubb.
Okay, I would like to try. I'll try it.
I don't
Can you
drink
expense
soda
it?
anymore. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Wait, I can expense it for Grubb?
Yeah, both. whatever way you want it.
Wait, can I experience a salt lick?
No, I don't drink soda anymore because it's just I can't do it. It's delicious, but I can't do it. It's terrible for you. But it's really the sugar, right? That's why I stopped drinking, because it was like the sugar and all that acid, right?
Zero.
But here's the thing. Why don't they like split the difference, right? You look at a can of Coke and it's like 24 grams of sugar, right?
Right.
Make Coke with 4 grams of sugar. Like, can we do that?
They used to, like, when I worked at McDonald's, there would be people, we made fun of them, but like they would come through and be like, "Oh, I'll have a large half Coke, half Diet Coke." Like,
okay.
"Oh, what the hell? Pick a side here." Like,
but I don't want that. Like, I don't want the fake whatever's in DC. Like, I don't want that. I just want like sugar and water, carbonated water and sugar, but like way less sugar.
See, this is the problem. Like they did the
I want a
Dr.
Coke
Pepper
Light
10 situation, which I think was actually just like aspartame in there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want real sugar, but I just want way less of it. Can we do that?
I feel like there was an example of this, and I can't think of anything. So I don't know. Why wouldn't they do that? Maybe.
I'm firmly in diet and zero town.
That's
like it's just
fine.
like
aspartame actually rules. I'm super.
Yeah,
down
it kicks
with that.
ass. I like super pro aspartame. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have like 2 Coke Zeros a year, and I'm always happy when I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get a Coke Zero like when we were eating out. That's what I do. Get a Coke
want to
Zero
be fancy.
and I'm like, this is great. This is really refreshing.
Whenever I'm with you guys, I will drink a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll let go a little cray and get a
hair down a
DC
little bit,
with
yeah.
you.
When I was on the East Coast office, they had the free sodas there, and I'm not exaggerating. I would do 10 to 12 a day, probably.
Yep. We all would point at you and talk about
it. Was a lot. It was a lot. Now I think I'm at a point now where I have coffee in the mornings, so that's my morning caffeine, and then I have a caffeinated.
To be clear, you were doing like Mountain Dew in the morning, right?
Yeah. No, if I wake up late, I'll do Mountain Dew. You're
doing Coke Red though, right?
Coke Red?
Yeah, like the Marlboro Red version of Coca-Cola.
The OG Coke?
Yeah.
No, zero. It's I haven't
zero?
had a
Okay.
full sugar cola since college, probably.
Oh wow. Okay, but you were doing a dozen Coke Zeros a day, is what you're saying?
Yes. So a lot of caffeine, a lot of carbonation, a lot of peeing. So now I do the 1 caffeinated soda for lunch, and I'll have 1 or 2 non-caffeinated sodas at dinner. So now it's a solid 3, and then a cup of coffee in the morning. So
you have a Coke Heavy for lunch.
I'll have Mountain Dew Zero or Coke. No, I've never had a.
Oh, you're saying
soda with sugar in it
caffeinated.
since. Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. It's growth.
Yeah,
growth.
I'm getting down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pass any judgment, because as soon as I got hired and I saw that there was like a coffee machine running pretty much until like 3, I'd just be there all the time.
But you guys had a barista, like a live-in barista down there, right?
You had to pay for it. Yeah.
You had to pay for it.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I just got the free stuff. There was one point where, God bless his heart, Ben Pack like confronted me. He's like, "What do you think you're having too much? I think you're having
really?
too much." I'm like,
What
"Screw you,
was
Ben."
Oh
Like,
wait,
what
the
gave it
coffee
away?
was free,
You don't know
right?
me.
Oh, I
Coffee
forgot
was
the
free.
coffee was free, right? They would have the iced coffees in the morning because I used to get the iced coffee. I forgot that was free. What do we just pay for? Like, was there like croissants or something?
There was
Something
like
cost money
croissants,
there.
and then I think if you wanted like a latte or something, you would have to pay for that.
In that fridge where it would like scan it as you took it out, and it would like charge
Yeah.
your app or something. It was the most San Francisco thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah. I miss the
damn.
popcorn so much.
popcorn.
I miss popcorn.
What we're really talking about here is like things like we like consume compulsion as like a compulsion, right? Like this is a thing I just do when I want it. Can I crowdsource some medical advice? I am considering that Wegovy stuff, which is that new medicine that helps people lose weight.
Is that like Ozempic?
It is the weight loss version of Ozempic. Yes.
Well, Ozempic is like a weight loss.
Well, it's shifting.
It was a
but
diabetes drug.
Yes, it's a diabetes thing. So,
Yep.
But apparently, what it does is I think it affects like your dopamine stuff. So, like if you were going to food to get that dopamine rush, it might eliminate that. But I'm like, dopamine does a lot more than that. I'm like worried it's gonna stop me from pursuing things that make me feel fulfilled in life.
Because you're not getting the satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I have to tell you this, Jeff Grubb.
Please hit me with it.
I just think like we're the worst people for medical advice.
Oh, not just
Speak for yourself. Speak for
And you
yourself.
should be talking to your primary care
Well,
physician.
I know that if I say something on a podcast, a bunch of people are going to come yell at me about it. So I'm like, wait, that's what I'm actually waiting for.
Is that what you want? Do you want that?
In this case, I do want that because I want to have like because what always happens is you say something on a podcast and then the people are like, that's going to kill you. everything's going to kill you. And so I'm like, I want to like have the most extreme things thrown at me so I can go fact check that and see if it's actually going to hurt me or not, and then kind of take it from there.
I want you to like go into your doctor's like app. Do your doctor have like do you have a doctor you go to?
Kind of, yeah. But I'm kind of behind on getting that stuff set up, but I have some stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I just have a doctor who's part of like a medical group, and sometimes I'll just like send them all a message in their portal and just be like, should I not be doing this? And then like 4 days later, one person I've never heard of will write back and be like, yeah, that's fine.
Grubb, just going on an all soup diet for 3 days.
Yeah, I think I
eat nothing but cabbage.
Ooh.
Okay, that's
cabbage and celery because it'll just clear you out.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a reset. That's
because like the cabbage will just soak up all like the bad grub juice inside you and flush it out.
So much bad grub juice. Okay, all right, that's what I'm doing.
I'm listening to that podcast that the late night hosts are doing to support the striking writers and everything. So it's fun. It's great because it's Colbert, Oliver, Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and Fallon, and it is Hanson told me, like, listen to this. It's very funny to listen to it and try to figure out who's the funniest in this context and who doesn't have it. And it's very clearly Jimmy Fallon who is not the funny one. And over the course of it,
what's the name of this? I need to hear this.
It's called Strike Force 5. It's been very good. But it's like over the course of it, Fallon just keeps like being really bad at hosting these little games when it was his turn to host, or just like really saying dumb stuff to the point where it's like they are all dogpiling on Jimmy Fallon all the time in a way that seems like half joking. So he was talking about like, oh yeah, so my wife's friend Claire, she told me, he was telling a story about he was sitting around with grocery bags filled with onions with his feet in them. He's like taped grocery bags with onions around his feet, and everyone, like Colbert and everyone's like, why are you doing this? Who told you to do this? Like, no, yeah, my wife's friend Claire, she showed me like a TikTok of this, and they're all just shitting on him for getting medical advice from TikTok. Like, have you met Claire? Does she have any kind of medical background? Like, no, I don't. Well, I don't even really know Claire, but she sent me this link, and my wife showed me this link, and everyone's just shitting on Jimmy Fallon the entire time.
Could you write a better description for a podcast?
Yeah, I know. This is so exciting to me. I'm like, literally, the second we get done here, I'm going to listen to this.
There's like 7. They bring Jon Stewart in on the one I'm listening to now. There's like 7 episodes. Cool. Yeah, it's fun. So
like, did they explain 5 extremely funny people making fun of Jimmy Fallon?
Did he explain why he did it though? Was it for like foot
No,
odor?
he was just kind of like, oh no, I don't. I don't know. I just saw it was a TikTok thing. So there was some health thing, or he wasn't sleeping, or some malady that he was like, oh yeah, this onion thing on your feet will help. And everyone's like, you're an idiot.
I love this.
Jimmy Fallon 100% strikes me as someone who would do anything he saw on TikTok.
And it's very clear that all of these guys are peers, that like they're in this there's only so many people that do this very specific job.
They
all know each other.
Yep.
They have their group chats and stuff, but you can tell they're not being mean to him, but you can tell they're all like, fucking Fallon, you know?
Yeah, this is great. The second best thing to come out of the writer strike.
Oh boy.
Very
excited.
Strike Force 5.
They're doing all the profits. Yeah, Strike Force 5. They're doing all the profits to the writers, like Ryan Reynolds, like Tequila Company or whatever, sponsoring it, and then all the money's going to the striking
awesome.
actors and stuff.
Man,
yeah, it's really cool.
I had no idea this thing existed.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Check it out.
I love this.
Thanks to Ben Hansen for telling me about that.
All right. Who knows what that voicemail was about? I think it was about root beer or some shit.
Oh, right.
Who cares? This is the show where we do whatever we want. I'll choose the next voicemail, and I'll choose my wife.
Hey, Jumpers, I need your opinion. I got my vasectomy recently.
Congratulations.
I had my wife in the room with me because I love my wife.
Oh, my wife.
And I have her with everything. She's there for everything. So I thought that was weird and disgusting. To have your wife in while you're getting sniffed.
Nah.
I thought it was pretty cool. It was nice to have her there. What do you think? Love you guys.
I love you, buddy.
As someone who has considered getting a vasectomy on numerous occasions, I think I would just offer it up to Bonk and just be like, hey, you're called. Do you want to be in there, or do you just want to like drive my like loopy ass home?
Yep. I think it's sweet that your wife was
very
there.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
very cool and very sweet.
Right.
And like just
your buddy is the weird one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, have a conversation with your buddy, because your buddy sounds like the freak here.
Is your buddy under the impression that your wife is like, we're getting your tubes tied. You're too potent. We gotta do something about you.
It's one of those.
Yeah, but I think obviously that's not what's happening, but it sounds like maybe his buddy might think. I'm trying to give
Bro,
them
you're gonna be less virile.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could be that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would, I want to know where that energy is coming from. Because
it seems like your wife is cool, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a ride or die right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. If I ever got one, yeah, I would be totally cool with that. We would think it's funny. We'd just be like, "Hey, you should," that's how we would go about it.
Hey, Dan, what were you saying about kids on Fire Escape?
We talk about them a lot, and none of us really like them. So.
You couldn't have put that a better way.
I'll make it clear. It's not that we dislike the kids, It's that the idea of having them and having to deal with that all day, every day is the craziest concept. Like the idea of like just not having a break and you don't get to just take naps or sleep in or like play games all night or like you just don't get to do that. Like that's insane to us.
It's all true.
So,
it's all true. So what it is that I am a person who, if I had no external pressures put on me, I would turn into a puddle. And what I mean by like, I would be a big piece of shit. Like just kind of like in a bad way. Like I would, but these external pressures of like having responsibilities that I owe to you guys and having responsibilities to children and my wife, all that stuff kind of like props me up to like make sure that I stay on like the straight and narrow. And so it's been a positive thing for me, while at the same time, every single thing you said is true. It is 100%
I don't know
of the
if it's
time
100%
wrong.
true.
I mean, it's 100% true. Everything he said, I agree with everything he said.
To get more specific, if it's about the last episode, we did talk about how we think they shouldn't allow kids at zoos, amusement parks, or on planes because it's ruining it for the rest of us.
Yeah,
and I offered
this, like
I said they should make like a Delta Junior where it's like, okay, the adults get on that and then put the kids on their own little plane or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, that's the zoo one is fucking insane.
Well, no, because I went to the zoo.
So
Me and Bonk went to the zoo a couple weeks ago, and it was nice. We love looking at animals and everything.
So
but
do
it's
children.
just like, but
yeah,
yes,
like,
I know,
what
I get
the
that.
fuck
Like,
is
okay,
that? Like,
I
who
get
the
it.
fuck do you think you are to like take away all the fun things from children?
I'm specifically talking about like there were kids in strollers that aren't going to have a memory for another 3 years. And it's like they are getting that thing. They're just getting in the way.
You can children that build enrichment from birth. Like,
dude,
yes, they're not going to memories.
This fucking guy.
You can put them in a room until they're 4 and they'd be fine.
This fucking guy and the podcast that they represent, right? 3 people who fucking don't want to have anything to do with children whatsoever,
actually,
yet know every goddamn thing about children.
Opinion about this, if you're allowed to say that.
Say it again.
What is Mike Mahardy's position, or Mike Mahardy's fiance's position on having children? If you're allowed to say, I don't know if you are.
I believe it's not something that they're. I mean, they haven't said not to, but it's just they don't have a like hard line either way or anything.
Okay, so they're 100% having kids, and they don't have.
I think Mahardy's. I will
1,000,000%
put money.
They're going to have kids in a couple years.
Totally.
I'll put money on Mahardy for sure.
You're gonna have a little lacrosse team.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? He comes from a franchise. He's going to build a franchise.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, it's so psychotic for these 3 people who know nothing about children yet think
I got nephews.
All right, so
I've seen Hanson's kid a bunch.
And you're also wrong. I disagree with you, Jeff Grubb. I think. Look, I think they have the right mentality going into parenthood, right? Because I'm the same person. In my early 30s, I was like, fuck this shit. It's never gonna fucking happen.
I don't know that. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I don't want to do any of this.
In your early 30s? No, you didn't. You didn't.
What's that?
I was like, didn't you have Dib in your early 30s?
Yeah, I was 33 when he was
33.
born.
Yes, right around there. Yeah.
So, I'm like, fuck all that shit. I don't want to deal with having a person, or not to mention like a useless, stupid baby that's just gonna like not be a person till it's 4. And
yeah, that's what he thinks of you. Yeah,
you hear that, Dib?
Yeah, well, relax.
I'm going to break into his Roblox session and play this audio.
He's at hockey practice right now.
His Roblox replaced the oof sound with stupid baby.
Stupid
baby.
His dad calling him a stupid baby.
But that's the position before you have a child. And I will be the first to admit that I was the biggest bitch about it ever. Like I was I was irrationally nervous and it was bad. And I had to like seek out therapy for it because it was so dumb how I was acting and feeling about it. And, you have it, you go through the experience and you come out the other side. And I think 9 times out of 10, you are a better person for it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. And, but what I say when I disagree with you, Jeff, is that, you do have free time. Like you do have all the things. It's just your life's different. Your life's fundamentally more different. I also have an older child. You have young kids. Your life is going to change all the time as your children grow.
Right. And I'm not putting in my kids for me being busy. Because Dan, the other day you were like, I have a half an hour a night to play video games, and every other minute of my day is taken up. And that's how I feel. You don't have kids. I do. Like it just that stuff just happens where it's like your responsibilities get taken up whether you have kids or not. So yeah, but it's like right now. I mean, it's the stove burner thing. Like you got 4 burners on the stove.
Yeah,
you the
6
front burners. The kids
for the grilled cheese.
6 hands. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
6 pans for the grilled cheese. You got the kids on the front burner. You got the job on the front burner. You put a couple of passions on the back burner, and everything else is off the stove. And that's just so the kids are on my front burner. Maybe something else is on Dan's front burner, but that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Bakalar about this today about how it's just like my problem is I don't say no to things. I just like doing a lot of things, and I have a lot of passions and interests and stuff. And so I mean, I've gotten better about it. Like I used to, like back in the day, like fans would be like DM me and be like, "Hey, dude, we want to be on my podcast?" And it's like it didn't matter if it was no one listens to it or anything. It's like, yeah, hell, I'll do it. I'll do an interview, whatever. And I would say yes all the time. And then as I got busier and busier, it's like, all right, I need to find some things to cut out because I have no fucking time. And it's like, all right, I'm just gonna. I feel bad when I decline things if someone's being nice about it, but it's like I have to be able to be like, I'd like to, but I'm sorry, I'm just.
Yep, that's where I'm at right now. I was doing every podcast, and I'm like these days, I'm like, guys, I just can't.
I got a question because I'm in the virtual room with 3 married men that, as far as I know, have always spoken very highly of their wives. And I think I'm going to say this: y'all love your wives. Where does the mentality of the old ball and chain or like hating wives come from? Because it seems like this dude's buddy might not like his wife.
I think shitty marriages, I think it's like people
I think I want to say like I now have like 8 friends who are divorced.
Sure.
Wow.
9?
Mm-hmm.
That's the divorce count.
That's real. Like people fall out of love.
Well,
most of them shouldn't have been married in the first place. That's
a lot of dudes are shitty, but so are a lot of women. And it turns out these people don't always spot each other a lot of times. And then it's a real thing.
I think a lot of people just get married way too damn young. My dad got married when he was like 19, 20. Like that's insane.
Definitely would have got divorced if I got married when I was a teenager, obviously.
Yes.
But anytime in my 20s as well, 100%.
Yep.
I'll say this too, and this is probably like, I don't know. It's not really a hot take, but I think it's something that I should have listened to my inner monologue when it was happening. Like, I want to say, for out of the people that I know are divorced, I think 3 of them, like my friends and I, should have collectively said something before the marriage. I think that's fine. I think if you love your friend and you care about them, you can. There's a place. Maybe there's a lot of variables. Maybe it depends if on whether or not that person would be receptive to it. But and I'll say this: one of them I know for sure has told us, I would have listened to you had you said something.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, look, hindsight is also 20/20, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So take that for whatever it's worth.
That's a lot of belief, though, and stock to put on someone to say like, "Hey, I don't know if this life-altering decision I can make this. Help me make this."
I mean, I don't know. Like, it depends on the kind of relationship you have with your close friends. I think
this is like my family. My experience with trying to talk my family out of anything has always been, well, that got nowhere. And so it's like when I look at them making decisions about their lives and having evidence to present to them, like, you were treated this way by this person one time that I know about, and the fact that I know about this one time probably means this happened a bunch of other times. Maybe you shouldn't do that. I'm like, I know if I present it, it will just end up with them resenting me. So I don't even try. Maybe that's I think it might make me a little bit of a bad person in that situation, but I don't know what the alternative is.
Sure.
I think I think it's important to I just feel bad about keeping things inside and not expressing the feelings that you are close enough with someone where you should be allowed to. You should both. There should be a mutual understanding of we can both tell each other anything.
It's also bad when it's like there's like a friend group and somebody's in a relationship or a marriage or something that's like clearly unhealthy, and they're looking around thinking like, is anyone gonna talk to them? Or wait, am I the one that's close? Should I do this?
And how do you even broach that subject? It's like usually you have to relay it like in a roundabout way. It's like, well, when I'm in this situation, here's how I feel and here's what I do. Take that for what you will. And it's like, you got to hope it sinks in, because if you tell them direct, a lot of times they're not. It's going to be that
they're going to
defense
feel like they're
mechanism
backed
comes
into
up.
a corner and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like I got to turn my chair around because we just got real.
Yeah, we absolutely did. Start playing the moment, the sort of like touching music bed
on a very special episode of Voicemail Dump Truck.
Kids, this is why you should use protection.
Exactly. All right, good talk. Went to chat for the next one. Chat chose the naps thing where I'm about to take a nap.
Oh, great.
Hey guys, it's Mike Minotti. I'm about to take a nap. Look, on the Bombcast, Dan was going nuts, saying a lot of, bad things about not liking Lord of the Rings, not liking fantasy, whatever. I think everyone got really caught up at yelling at him and just sort of ignored the part where Jan said that. Sorry to come at you, Jan. Where Jan said he doesn't consider Zelda to be fantasy.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course. What? Explain.
Major Mitch?
I heard that too, and I was like, "Oh, Jan got away with one there."
Yeah, I did not. It did not register for me when he said that.
Hey, I mean, it's like cool fantasy.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
I meant,
Okay.
Dan. Yeah,
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where, like, I haven't really seriously played a Zelda until like Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom extensively. I guess I never realized this boy has pointy ears. That's it.
Yep, that's it. That's the dead giveaway.
Dan, did Mitch wake up and immediately call us? Was he like dreaming about this?
He was about to take a nap.
Wait, that was really Minotti?
Yeah,
that's really Mike Minotti. He told me he was going to call, and he told Jan that he's going to call.
I feel like I'm very good at like placing voices to people. And
he was in that groggy mode, so it's like he was using his bedroom voice. He was all like that.
He had his sleepy time hat on. He had his his onesie.
I could see Minotti going to bed with the thing and with the butt flap pajamas. I could totally see that.
He's a sleepy time T-Bear.
The full vision of him dressed up like that appeared to me too. So I'm glad you said something.
And like sleeping like at the end of Mario 2 when Mario's having the dream and there's just like exactly. That day.
Taco Bell. Oh wait, that's not Italian. Shit.
I get there goes the need for a most cuddly category this year. We know who's gonna win that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
We should have yearbook like superlatives on top of Game of the Year.
That's a great idea. Wow.
That's it. Also, like, I don't know. When I think fantasy, I think like. No, please, no one get offended by this.
Oh no.
When I think fantasy, I just think it's something hella boring.
Yeah.
So then, like,
I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like,
let him have it. Let him have it.
That's why I like the Hobbit trilogy more. Because
let's not say crazy things here. I was with you for a bit. Hang on.
Hey, Bilbo Baggins throws a rock so fucking hard at an orc that orc dies. You know how much sauce he's got to put on that guy?
Yeah, well, rocks are hard. That makes sense.
Yeah, like Tears of the Kingdom isn't boring, but like parts of the Lord of the Rings are.
I think if it's not boring, that wait, hang on, what's happening here?
You like the what more than?
Oh man!
Hey, for some reason his connection keeps cutting out.
When you're going through a tunnel, don't call us, Mike.
Yeah,
you should know better.
Yeah.
Also, you can't invoice us for that. Okay.
We're all trying to find the loopholes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess that does a good enough job, Jan, of explaining yourself. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, hey, even like as a youth, and I'd see screenshots and video of Majora's Mask, I thought like, that game looks pretty cool. That kid's got a colorful mask. It's like Crash Bandicoot.
Right.
Well,
in my head,
cool.
He's more like Crash Bandicoot, which I don't think is fantasy.
I'm still
no, Bandicoot
like
National Geographic.
Bandicoot exists.
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Here's the thread. Here's where I'll start my video essay. Crash Bandicoot also has pointy ears, right? Link, pointy ears. I think Link is more Bandicoot than fantasy.
That's right.
Link's. Do they ever say that like Link's human?
Crash
Hylian
breaks boxes. Link breaks clay pots.
Right.
You're onto something.
Might as well say the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go.
Same game. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
I'd be
both love
insufferable.
peaches. Yeah.
If I had time to make stupid video essays on the side, I'd be fucking insufferable.
You the Johnny
and
Cochran.
rich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh. I think that's something we can all be happy doesn't exist. Okay. Jeff Grubb, we don't have too much time. We've only done 5 voicemails.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry, Jeff Grubb. I'm sorry, Jeff Bakalar. I thought about this because I'm going to Disneyland over the weekend. I finally convinced my partner to fly to LA versus driving, because whenever we've gone to LA or Disneyland, we've always driven 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
But I don't want to drive this time. We're just going to fly.
Sure.
And then she's packing last night, and she looks at me. It's like, how much clothes are you bringing? Like, can you just use your backpack and like we can just keep an empty luggage? I'm like, what? Well, how come I have to stuff my clothes into a backpack? Why do you need empty luggage? And then she just looks at the ground and is like, popcorn buckets.
Popcorn buckets. Yep.
And I was like, son of a gun.
You're going to get the Halloween stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah, is that how it works? Like, there's definitely enough new popcorn buckets that you need an entire empty suitcase.
Yeah, that seems like a lot, right?
There's like an obscene amount of candy, apparently, that's going to be thrown at us.
Are you doing is it like the Mickey Mouse Halloween party thing?
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yeah.
It's the not so scary Halloween party?
I don't know.
This is a new thing to me. I saw Jan do this at Disney World. The only time I'd heard of this before was I was doing a pre-interview for a podcast with the wrestler Johnny Gargano.
Oh, yeah, that freak.
I was trying to think of things that, like, we could talk about, like, interests. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're into some, like, nerd interest stuff. You're a big pop culture, video game, all this stuff guy. And he's like, yeah, well, the thing I'm really into right now is like, are you a popcorn bucket guy? And I was like...
He's a good Johnny Gargano, by the way. Thanks. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I like popcorn buckets. Like, I'm just thinking about like getting that thing at AMC and just eating a normal. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah. So which one are you into right now? I just got this one or that one. I was like, themed? Like, I don't like, I was like, why is he talking? He's so excited about the bucket you eat the popcorn from. And then it wasn't until like Jan at Disney World. It's like, oh, it's like a whole gimmick now. Okay.
Yeah. I left the group. I was almost like, I thought I was going to be late catching the shuttle back to the hotel.
I stood in the really long line for the Starbucks, which is famously going to take a really long time, and you were still waiting for your popcorn bucket.
Yeah. Oh, that was a separate instance. That was for the...
Oh, was that a separate one? Okay.
Oh, well, she took them all.
So wait, like, do you know what's going to be there yet, or you're waiting to find out?
I don't know. She already knows what she wants.
Yeah, he's acting like he doesn't know.
Then that's why your clothes goes in a backpack, if she knows what she wants.
All right.
If you see me, say hi. Say what's up.
I'm gonna pick one. Listen, I have to do a podcast with Mike tonight, and he's gonna get mad. I'm not gonna pick that one, even though I was planning on it. Then I saw Tim Misney, and I need Tim Misney, please.
Hey, Dumpers, Dylan from Northeast Ohio here. I was trying to make it out to that Cleveland Gaming Classic that y'all, Grubb and Minotti went to. I wasn't able to make it, but I saw that Tim Misney was supposed to be there as like a special guest. It just got me thinking, like, y'all should explain Tim Misney and whatever weird thing he has up here in Northeast Ohio. Like, I vaguely know what he is, but, like, I just see the billboards with his fucking eyebrow and shit. Anyway, what a weird little thing we have up here. Love y'all. Bye.
Just Google him. He's just doing the people's eyebrow.
Yes. So Tim Misney is, yes. And, like, when you say just doing the people's eyebrow, there are billboards where it doesn't say anything. It's just a close-up of his eye of him doing the people's eyebrow. That's the type of ambulance-chasing lawyer this guy is.
No phone number? Is his brand awareness that strong?
So you're definitely going to see other billboards that have the phone number and other pictures.
But there are some with none?
There's some with none. It's just the eyebrow. Yes. What? And everyone knows that's fucking Misney. That's Tim Misney. Misney makes them pay.
It's like Zeppelin with Zeppelin 4 just putting a weird picture on the front. So people are going to know it's Led Zeppelin.
Yes,
Tim
people
Misney's
know it's Misney. So we're going to Cleveland Gaming Expo, and like on the flyer, like one of the biggest people is like an attraction was Tim Misney's going to be there. I'm like, what the? I don't even know if he was even really there. I wonder if they just put him in there because they thought it'd be funny. But yeah,
he's on the con circuit. Wow,
he's on the gaming, classic gaming. He's a big GameCube collector.
I think
is what it is. Probably.
Everyone needs to, because I feel like everyone has an ambulance chasing lawyer that's plastered everywhere. Do y'all have other ones? Because I know one in SF right now.
I don't know if it's a lawyer. There is a billboard. If anyone here in chat is from around the Twin Cities area, I don't know what it's for. It's just my head. with sunglasses. It's straight up me. Like right when we moved back here, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Wait,
if anybody in the chat knows,
wait.
so we can go. No, it's like a cartoon. It's like but like it's just me. Like it's insane.
Dude, what's the billboard for? Can we?
If anyone, it's like it's not somebody in the chat's got to know. Is this Turbo Sean?
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Turbo Sean just linked it. It's Nicolette
in
Law.
Green Bay. Oh my God, that's you.
Nicolette Law. Yeah. Look at that. Injured, get Nicolette. Yeah.
That's
like,
either
right?
you or binging with Babish Man.
Like that's weird to see all over every highway here.
Come on, you can't just own that face.
I mean, I've had numerous people reach out to me and be like, "Holy shit, what's with these billboards with you on them?"
I mean, then you're also like that old school like magnetic drawing beard guy.
Wooly
as
Willy,
well.
yeah,
Like,
that's
you're
Dan.
here too.
I'm Wooly Willy, yeah.
Yeah, you're
You've
that.
never
you're
seen a
him as
Wooly
well.
Willy?
I've never seen
Wooly Willy's
Willy.
great.
I don't know
he's
what a
great.
Okay.
Willy Willy.
One in the Bay Area that we have, her name is Ann Fong or whatever. Her original billboard was like her doing this pose with like a red dress. And then another billboard got added. It's the same pose. I'm pretty sure it's the same dress. They just like color selected it and photoshopped a bat in her hand. And it's like, is she threatening me now? Or is she going to go after who has wronged me? I need to know, Ann. Let me know.
It's like when Logan Paul re-signed with WWE and they just took the picture from the first one and changed his prime bottle and his gimmick from blue to yellow. And it's like he tweeted it out and it's like just clearly the same picture.
There's billboards where I live.
Oh, the attorney that rocks.
No, everyone used to think it was an attorney, but it's like a jeweler, and all the billboard says is "I hate Steven Singer." And
that is the jewelry guy. There's some wrestling podcasts that he advertises on a lot. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's the gimmick. Yeah.
I've only seen it here on like 95.
Yeah, no, I think the gimmick is like, other jewelers must hate Steven Singer. I hate him. He's taking all my, his prices are too low. He's taking all my business. I think that's the gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, that was educational.
Yep. Disney.
Dan, choose your last voicemail.
Favorite moments of internal turmoil.
Okay, so I just tried oatmeal with ranch dressing seasoning mix that I fired a year ago. And surprise! It's not great! Now, I had a pretty good idea it was going to suck ass, but, being a scientist, I wanted to test that hypothesis.
Okay.
So on one hand, I'm happy I was right, but on the other hand, I committed actual violence against my digestive system. Now, what are some of your favorite moments of internal turmoil?
Okay. I got an immediate answer. This is after we had ramen the last day of Summer Game Fest, and we had the little chirashi bowls. I was the only one to finish the chirashi bowl, and then I afterwards was on the concrete hotel floor in so much pain, vomiting and pooping.
Oh damn!
And then
I heard about that.
It was my favorite because the whole time I was like, fucking ramen goblets.
Question. As someone who is very much not a part of that arc, did we make up ramen goblins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just,
I forgot the context. It was on the Bombcast that we were.
But like we didn't take that from somewhere, right?
No. Ramen goblins is a wholly owned giant bomb IP. Yes.
Yeah. So like we need that. That needs to be something.
Oh yeah. Okay. It should be shirts. It's the three of us, bowls on our head, doing this pose, noodles.
Can we make it
down.
gremlin? Can it be kind of Gremlins?
No, that kind of defeats the purpose of like owning the thing.
Can we have a legally distinct little boy that kind of is in place of Mike Minotti, since we can't have him on shirts, and it could be like he just has that little simple bowl of regular ramen. The ramen goblins are behind him, like torturing him.
And he
or
looks like
something.
an Ewok.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
This is definitely an open call for artists to design a ramen goblin.
I want it.
When I picked it, I was assuming it was talking inner emotional turmoil.
No.
And then, wait, did I have to? Because the one I had was definitely like my brain about to collapse on itself on this show. If that's valid, it's the time we were on here with Jeff Jarrett, and he's like, I want to go around the horn and ask everyone what they think of WrestleQuest. And I'm just like, fuck.
And that was that was the specific thing you were trying to avoid.
I think I discorded everyone that was on the call, being like, hey, if you can just jump in front of the bullet if he asks like of my thoughts on WrestleQuest, please. I don't want to have to like insult the man's thing. You know, he was kind enough to come on this thing. And I was like, okay, I got to come up with an answer where I'm not lying. And also, I'm not just insulting this man to his face. I know he didn't make it, but he was so nice and he was so enthusiastic about it. I was like, oh, God, what the fuck do I say? And I think I pulled it off expertly.
Yes.
I think. But I was internally dying.
You were
Just
saying
dying.
what like
I said, hey,
please.
in mainstream media and stuff, whenever you see wrestling depicted, it's always this very just kind of broad, just like they clearly it's not fans that wrote it. They don't understand the business. It's just like steroid jokes and I'm putting you in a headlock as it's just dumb shit. And I said, but with this game, it's very, very clear playing it from the references and the characters and stuff that it was definitely made by people that love and appreciate the wrestling business. And not a word of that was untrue. And he was just like, and he accepted it. He was like, that's great. That's great. Oh, yes.
Dan Reichert, 2024. Let's go. Yep.
What can he do, folks?
Yep.
Oh, God, that was hard. I almost just left the room.
That's awesome.
I don't think I've seen you sweat, Dan, until that episode.
Oh, like seriously, like every like my anxiety is typically not super situational. Like it's usually just like I'm on a plane, I'm at the dentist. Those are the only like situations. It just kind of comes and goes. It's generalized anxiety bullshit or whatever. That as soon as he's like, I want to go around to each and every one of you. I was like, oh no, what do I do? That was internal turmoil, I would say.
Perfect.
I mean, also to be clear, we all love to see you sweat as well. So like, I don't think like
sure.
You know, so you have two sides of that coin, right?
I think Jarrett would appreciate it because we worked him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A worker respects a worker. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, we're 90 minutes in. We gotta wrap it up. I'll give chat the last voicemail choice. 8 voicemails has to be a record for least amount done. What's the one?
Oh, weird.
About...
Mike Minotti posted all caps. Do the one about me.
No.
Ultimate mark for himself. Mike Minotti.
No, we can't. All right, fine.
Yeah, I seriously will have to deal with it if we don't play it. So go ahead.
I don't want to hear the end.
All right. I don't mean this disparagingly. I love Mike Minotti. We all do.
Me too.
And
but there's a big but that's coming.
And I think I had said that is Mike just the white meat baby face? And then I think in reality, I think he's the Zack Ryder.
Yeah, he's too vain. He's too like he's look at himself in the mirror a little bit too much.
Mike, you're not going to like this one. I'm just letting you know.
I still don't know what like Mike Minotti looks like.
What?
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like height-wise and stuff.
No, I honestly could pick him out of a lineup. But whenever you meet someone in person for the first time, all I have is this 2-dimensional understanding of who Mike Minotti is. It's not until you meet in real life do you get
you can't see all my bulges.
I have the 3-dimensionality of us that makes us human.
I hate how appropriate Mitch's response here is really good. Jan, you said he's like a Zack Ryder, and Mitch says, so I'm going to be punished for getting myself over? And it's like, fuck, that's a good.
See?
For those that know, that's a good answer.
I don't get it. Play the voicemail.
It's good.
Mike Minotti owes me money. Bought Resident Evil 4. I'm chapter 14, 15, I don't know. When's it supposed to get fun? I've done this before. All it is one giant escort mission. Well, I haven't done this in particular. I played The Last of Us. It was better. Mike Minotti owes me money.
Oh, incredible.
Who
was the time for Last of Us Day?
Who was that person? Do we know that person?
No.
This is not Dan. This is fake Dan.
No, it's Chris. What do you mean? It's Chris. You can't tell them apart?
It's Chris. Listen, that's fucked up. And also, Mike didn't buy you this game. Or rather, force you to buy this game. You make your own choices.
The way Mike talks about it does sound a little bit like he's forced. I mean, he's definitely trying to force me to play it.
It's really good. What, you didn't play it?
I played it. But I've already played Resident Evil 4, so I'm like, kind of like, I get it.
Yeah. Just saying.
I don't trust this.
This is amazing I need to steal it because you could just leave in the middle of a show.
So
the button.
All kidding aside, when I was still at CNET, this producer Jesse did one of these, but like for real, and then he made a video about it. So he would be in like these 20-person meetings, and he just played like a B-roll of himself. You know? Oh, that's so dumb that he got up like that.
Damn, we just got prestiged.
Christ alive is right, Mickey. Christ alive. Oh, okay. We got to get out of here. My heart can't take any more of this.
Dan, is that you for real? Say hello. Yeah. Oh God.
No, he disappeared into the void.
He's just Pee-wee. He's just Pee-wee Herman, isn't he, folks? That's gonna do it for the voicemail dump truck. 707 exit flu is the phone number. Yeah, he's just gonna make it about himself, isn't he? You know.
He's not there. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
It's a good trick. Make sure you leave us a voicemail because you want it played, and you don't have to wait for any rings now. It goes right to voicemail. It's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Do it up, and we will see you next time. Thank you, Dan Reichert. Thank you, Jeff Grubb. Thank you, Jan Ochoa. Thank you, chats, and thank you, callers. We'll see ya in a week.